Hey everybody, good morning. I have my coffee. We're going to be making chaffles today, and I have a special ingredient that's going to make it the fluffiest, most tasty chaffle that you have ever had. Not kidding about that. So we've got our chaffle maker. I've got my dash. I love this thing. This just came out of my, you know how you buy something and it just kind of goes in the cabinet and you just forget about it? Well, that's what this did. And I brought this thing out today, and I'm going to show you guys a recipe that I created and I love it. Now, hopefully you have all the ingredients. If not, get yourself out there and get this. Now, this is going to be a chaffle that you can put low calorie syrup on, no sugar syrup on. I have the Lakanto syrup that I'm going to be putting on it, and I'll show you that in a little bit. So what we have here is an egg that I already put in the bowl. We have our dash maker, of course. We have almond flour. We're going to be doing a teaspoon of almond flour. We have our cinnamon. We're going to be doing about a half of a teaspoon. Just depends on how much cinnamon you want in your chaffle. And we have our baking powder, of course. Our mozzarella cheese, we're doing 1/8 of a cup, which I already have measured out. We have our Mexican vanilla blend. You can use regular vanilla if you'd like, but I like this Molina on here. And then my almond flour just fell over. That's okay, I have it measured out. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and put these together, and then I'm going to put it in the chaffle. So I'm finishing putting in my ingredients. There's the baking powder. I'm gonna go ahead and add just a little more of that. And my cinnamon here. Get this open. I also use cinnamon in my coffee every morning, just FYI. And I usually do, that's about 1/8 of a teaspoon in there. And then, okay, so here is the special ingredient, okay? So I took my milk, my whole organic milk, okay? I made some kefir out of that milk with some kefir grains. This is 1/8 of a cup actually. And we're going to add this in our chaffle. So if you don't have kefir, you can go ahead and use the low-fat kefir if you like. Flavored kefir works, but I usually use the whole milk because I want the whole probiotic in there. I'm going to be getting me some raw milk to make some kefir out of it. So I am in love with making my own butter, my own kefir. I'm going crazy with all of this fermented things that I have just been studying on. But I had this the kefir in this jar here, so I've been drinking it every day, kind of just maybe a teaspoon in my coffee this morning, and oh my gosh. And it's just this milk making kefir, and yeah, you have to have your kefir grains as well. But I think I'll do a video on how I do it when I get my other kefir, my live grains in, because I used the packets to make this kefir that I have here, and it turned out great. It tastes so great. I put it in my I put this in my low carb biscuits yesterday, and oh my gosh, I'll pop a picture up here of my biscuits yesterday, and they made them just so fluffy and full of goodness. And I put my homemade butter that I made on those biscuits, and oh my gosh, you guys, they were so good. So anyway, let's get this mixed up and get chaffling. Oh my god, this is the consistency that you want. It's like more like a little bit runnier than a pancake mix is what you want. Okay, and then so we're going to spray some of this with this extra virgin olive oil spray, the bottom of my chaffle. There we go. We're going to go ahead and pour. Now here's a little tidbit. If you get a chaffle maker, you don't want to fill it up too high. Okay, let me put the camera in there. Sorry about that. So when you're pouring it in the middle, just give it a chance to spread out as naturally as it can. And then add a little bit more. I'm gonna shake it. And then voila. Now you don't want to take these out too soon. Give it about 3 minutes or so before you check it. So I will tune back in when it gets to that 3-minute mark. I wanted to show you we're only at the maybe minute mark, and see how it's popping up there. It's trying to raise, push it on back down gently, and you don't want it to overflow or anything. Just kind of give it a couple pushes so it'll catch it. Now you guys, I heard the click. The light doesn't go off on my dash. It doesn't when it's ready, but I heard like a click, and then I checked it, and here we are. Oh, and perfect. And these, look at that. The perfect chaffle is right there. So I forgot to mention that these are 3 points for the batch. I'm getting, see, I have one already in there. See, I'm trying to get the rest of that in there without it making it overflow, but I still have that much left of the batter or the mix. So this may overflow a little bit on here. I'm just going to let it cook a little bit before I put the lid on it to cook the bottom of it, because that seems to help it with the overflow if it wants to overflow. But look at this chaffle, you guys. Perfect. Yes. I'm not going to put any butter because that'll add to my points. 3 points for the batch. So you're talking, oh, see how it's running over? Don't want to do that. Don't do me. Okay? But I have to close the lid in order for it to cook. And it's not too bad. It's not overflowing that bad. There is a little lip there that catches it, and that's a good thing. So right now it's trying to overflow, and it's doing it, but that's okay. See how you don't want to lift it? Catastrophe. Don't do me with the chaffle. No, but really, this will turn out fine. I just have to let it cook. And you may have a little bit of a mess, but I put a little bit too much of the mix in there, of course, and that happens. It happens on a Saturday. So actually, I could have gotten 3 out of this batch that I made. So the recipe will be down below. So you're talking 3 points for 3 waffles. Hello. On WW, and it's very low carb. I also wanted to point out, okay, so here is a difference, okay? I have my Lakanto maple, which is 0 on my plan. Sugar-free Lakanto. And this stuff, if you've ever sweetened with monk fruit, if you ever have tried this, you may want to seek it out. It's on Amazon. I can link that below if you'd like the link for you for its easy access. And you can order this online. It lasts forever. Do you see how much I have left there? I've had this for about a year. I don't have, chaffles very often, which I'm going to start because I just love these things. I just have to do it as a meal prep. You know what I mean? So this Lakanto is 0. This sugar-free syrup, great value, which my son uses this for his waffles and his pancakes. even though it has 85% fewer calories than regular syrup. Don't those blueberries look great? I've got some blueberries too. I might have to put those on there. But here are the ingredients, which are not that great on here. Total carbs. Do you see this? 5 carbs. No fiber. Nothing to take. There is sugar alcohols in here of 5. So that would make it 0 carbs. But the calories, let me see, versus Lakanto's calories. Lakanto has 20 calories per 2 tablespoons. And this one has 15 per 2 tablespoons. This one, the Lakanto, I'm going to use way less because it's super strong, but delicious. So I could use either one, but get this. Sugar-free syrup on WW My Plan is 1 point per 2 tablespoons. 0, 1. Which one would you go with? 0. Much better for you too, monk fruit. Okay, here we are. See, it just overflowed a little bit, but it's fine. Look at that. Oop, sorry you guys. It's going to come out just fine. And I didn't even put the non-stick spray on this second one here. So there we go. We've got our 2 chaffles. Aren't they delicious? Now the possibilities of these are endless. You can take these 2 chaffles, put an egg, a scrambled egg on it, and make a sandwich out of it with maybe a little bit of bacon or sausage, or just egg and a piece of cheese or something like that would be fine. Or you can just add syrup on it. I have 2 tablespoons of the Lakanto, which is plenty for this. A little bit goes a long way, I'm telling you, with this Lakanto. Okay, well there you have it, you guys. I'm going to taste these real quick. I'm using, look at this, I'm using a spoon. That's okay. Do what you gotta do, right? So I'm gonna taste these and see how they taste. Oh my God. Woo! You got to have these. They're so good. Low carb, low calorie, low points. And I thought I would taste the kefir. You know how it can have sometimes a little bit of a sour taste to it. But it's kind of just faint. I thought I would taste it in these, and I do not taste that at all. Actually, I taste just pure goodness, fluffy. I mean, look at this. Very fluffy. Chaffles can be a little bit flat, you know, and flat tasting. Also, I don't taste the cheese. I just the mixture alone it tastes just like a pancake. A really good pancake. So give it a try. If you guys like these videos and like these recipes, just comment below. Let me know if you want to see more low carb recipes for your journey. I will see you guys on the next one. See you later.